hi, how is everybody doing today? As you see, there is a black screen, and there is a good reason, because I set up a new view for you to see in a moment. Bam! So, I am in the process right now. My phone is really like taking its sweet time. John #1, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. And Jelly, text to speech is finally working. Jelly, thank you for the resub. 38 months for tier 2. Oh my god. It is a lot. It is a lot. How are you doing? So yeah, so I kinda maybe too late, but hey, it's my first actually like full evening at home, so yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was hoping to lure some people, to be honest. But hey, it's really nice to see you. It's really nice to see you. So yes, I am in the process of putting all my pictures to the Google Drive because my phone decided that my computer, my private computer, is like too lame to connect its USB, its memory via USB, but apparently it thinks that my work computer is more worthy because every time I connect my phone to my work computer, it's like, oh hey, do you want to share your memory with your work computer? And I'm like, no. And today, when I actually do want to share my phone's memory with a device, it's like, nah, let me just, put on slow loading for 16 hours. And so yeah, so I'm just right now using a workaround. The pictures are still uploading, but I think I will just talk over them, and if anything new will be uploading, I will be just showing the pictures directly from my phone because yes, this is how I roll. And periodically, to show some goodies, I will pop on my face cam, yes, the big cam, so I can show you, for example, like a plan of the city that I was using. Like, not that much. I wasn't using that much because every time me and my sister, because I was with my sister, we plan a trip. We usually do it on Google Maps. We mark waypoints. I had the website for Berlin public transport. I had Google Maps, so I wasn't necessarily using this map, even with the transit map. Like, I wasn't using this that much, but I want to create a scrapbook from my travels, so I'm taking it. I'm taking whatever I can. So yeah. So yes. So I was in Berlin. So there were no streams last week because I was actually preparing. I was packing on Tuesday, last Tuesday. So last week, I was packing on Tuesday. Then after work, I was traveling with a train and then with a bus because there is a railroad works between Frankfurt over Oder and Berlin, and they diverted all the trains and cancelled all the trains in there, so I had to go. I doubt you will have a chance because I usually stream for 2 hours, so usually my streams overlap tighter streams, so which I fully understand, but I always save VODs, and I'm in the process also of saving VODs on YouTube because I know YouTube experience in watching VODs, it's much smoother. YouTube is such a better device, service, website for viewing videos than Twitch. Like, I swear to God. But I understand. But I'm really glad that you came and left a follow. Yeah, on Thursdays I also stream at the same time. So yeah, it's also 8 p.m. Central European summertime on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah. There was a railroad works there, and we had to switch from train to a bus in Frankfurt. Funny story, because I actually was in Frankfurt, not over Oder, but over Main, which is like a widely different city, both named Frankfurt. This is why you need to specify which Frankfurt you go to, because I was like, oh yes, I searched that we will need to ride a bus from Frankfurt to Berlin, and my sister was, and I mentioned that, oh, when we will be in Frankfurt, we might go and see if we can buy magnets, because my family collects magnets and we have like lots of magnets. And we didn't have a magnet from Frankfurt over Oder. And my sister was like, but we already have a magnet from Frankfurt, thinking about the other Frankfurt. And I'm like, sis, there are two cities named Frankfurt in Germany. And I don't know, geographically, like Berlin is here, Frankfurt over Oder is here, like in the middle between Berlin and Poznań, which is the Polish, like next major Polish city. So Frankfurt am Oder, Berlin, Frankfurt am Main is like here. So it would be really geographically, it doesn't make sense. But we got there absolutely beat, tired, but thankfully we got to our hotel safely. So let's show some pictures. So why is this experience Berlin the Nina way? This came like yesterday. I was doing the same slideshow to my parents on my phone, and my sister laughs at me because I make a lot of like random and pointless pictures. Like, for example, hey, if you were interested, this is how the railroad station in Frankfurt am Oder looks like. Yes, it looks nice. It looks nice. Like regular small city railroad station. And this is the toilet that was at this railroad station, because I don't know, I found that WC Center was really funny. Like, really funny. And there is like a mural that was just by our hotel. Very nice mural of the like Flat Owners Association in the neighborhood. But I took the picture of this mural for one thing, and it's this, and it's because of this. There are some like, these two ducks are the like mascots. One's name is Fanny, and the other one, by this time my brain hasn't switched from English to German pronunciation. So I read fried, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so morbid that there is a duck named Fried. But then I reminded myself, wait, Nina, this is Germany. In Germany, it will be pronounced Fried, like from Friedrich. So pretty much Fred. But I was like, this duck has fried all over himself, and I don't know, I find this amusing. So yeah, you see a lot of like random things, like taking pictures of random blocks that also are all around Poland, because we were living in East Berlin, which was behind the Iron Curtain, and the architecture is very similar. The modern architecture, like post 1950s architecture, is very similar to the ones in Poland. So yeah, but you will see random pictures of buildings that I want to build in Sims, and pictures of random artworks, street art that I found like neat, and also pictures of birds. So you will see a lot of these there. So on the first day, oh, and also very random pictures of a really neat, random pictures of signs we just drove by because I like the font. The font is really nice, but we went to the Potsdam. We went to Potsdam. Potsdam is the Polish pronunciation. Potsdam would be the German pronunciation, the German one. And yeah, we were in Potsdam, and we went to the most important park in Potsdam, which would be the Sanssouci Park. And yeah, we made like 5 kilometers here by just walking around. So yeah, but it's very neat. I actually, fun fact about yes, Jelly, exactly. So fun fact, I actually went to let me show you a nice picture when I will be talking. So I actually went to Berlin. This was actually my second visit to Berlin, but I was there when I was 14 years old. It was a school trip. I had a German teacher. This was like my second year of learning German from the scratch. And it was like pretty special because first off, you usually have this sort of like trips for like teenagers, kids, these multiple day trips where you actually sleep over in hostels, and like out of home, like a really long, like 3 to 5 day long trips. Usually have once a year, but usually they are within your country's boundaries. So it was like special because it was abroad, and it was a big deal. And also ultra special because my sister also shared the same. She was in the same grade profile as me, and we shared some of our teachers, including our German teacher. So she arranged that, which is also something that really rarely happens, to have 2 grades, two grades from 2 different years to come on a one trip. So yes, my grade and also my sister's grade went to the same trip. So I was 14, my sister was 13 at the time. We were in the same school, but unfortunately, first off, I was 14. I was pretty, like, everybody who like is right now the age I am thinks of their teen self as being really like cringy, edgy and stuff, and I really rarely remember stuff from the trip. I remember like some aspects, but not all. I remember vaguely what places I saw. I do remember I was exactly at Potsdam in this exact park, but what makes this trip also more so important is because when I was with my classmates in school on the trip, my sister got really sick. She got like a stomach bug. My German teacher had to rush her to the clinic, I remember, because we are kids, we are fully covered by insurance and stuff, but it was like she pretty much missed all the trip and she had to stay in our hotel room the whole day. So I was the only one who was, looking and seeing all the stuff, buying souvenirs, and stuff. So this trip right now was an opportunity to relive and re-experience it with more like conscious with more understanding, and for my sister it would be an ability to see everything like how she was supposed to, you know. So yeah. My son. Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. I actually like, I was born too late to experience the wall coming down firsthand. I was the kid of the early capitalism here here in Poland, you know. But yeah, but this is so cool. And look, like you know, pretty pictures. Okay, can Google have like an ability to just like navigate with arrows or something, or should I, or you know, am I just, you know, opening the individual pictures, because I want to speed some things up. But yeah, but I will show some of the things that I think are very neat, like this sculpture, because rich people had very rich ideas, and among the rich ideas, which is my favorite, is to commission lots of artists to draw and sculpt stuff. So this one I like. I don't know. I wanted to draw my OCs like this. Okay, this is also another like. You not only get random street art, murals, birds, some stuff I only think are funny. You will also get draw your OCs like this, and also you will get I want to build this in Sims, and I want to turn this into a background for my comic. So yeah, you get like lots of stuff. So yeah, so this is the palace, and this is the colonnade behind the palace, pretty much like, hey, we want to show that we are the real deal. So yeah, you know, they put a big like, put the big like entryway. This is like a gate to a house if you had like lots of money, but it's really pretty. It's really like, you know, aesthetic. If your aesthetic is like 18th century nobility, but yeah, it's pretty nice. This is an orangery, for example, really nice. Yes, I like it. Yes, I like it. And this is me by the orangery, and this is these are the pictures. I'm omitting the pictures where my sister is, cause I know she doesn't like to be shown online. So yeah, so there was also like, because rich people also like to travel and also like to be inspired, and collect the different things. So for example, these are like gold glided gold glided sculptures outside of the little summer house that was made to look like it's from China. It makes sense. And also some flowers, because flowers are pretty. And yeah, and the main palace that gave the name to the park, the Sanssouci Palace, with the cascading ivy and gardens. This is the palace that I saw when I was like 14, and you know, it is so strange to come back to the same places after such a long time, you know. Oh, I see how it is. Wait, let me refresh, because I need to see if there are more pictures that have that were loaded, because I see that after these pictures I am like, the Google Drive shows me, yeah, it skips already like a couple of days. Yes, I am the owner. Yes, thank you. It is already skipped a couple of days, even though it marked. Yeah. It skipped 2 days of the whole trip. Not fun. So yeah, so let me go to Facecam real quick. So I can show this on my phone. I know, not perfect, but the whole 2 days are free. The whole 2 days are missing, and when me and my sister plan trips, we jam pack them. You know, we are jam packing them to see everything in the shortest amount of time, given the time. Well, how long we were there. We were there for 4 days. Yeah, for 4 full days, with Wednesday afternoon being for traveling there, and yesterday, Monday, being the whole day for traveling back. So yeah. Oh my god! Speaking of the accents, I have a story time, but yeah. But let me show you. Look, it's a swan. It's a swan, because yes, I had to take pictures of the swan, and of course there were churches, and oh my god, look at these. Like, most of the churches in Berlin are Evangelical, from this denomination, but you know, I don't particularly care. I find them, like, my sister finds Protestant churches more like aesthetically pleasing, because they are not overloaded with gold everywhere, and you know, with riches that you don't even know where to look at. They are like really like more modest. But yeah, and what I've read is that the king, Frederick the Great, he bought this whole Byzantine mosaic, like from a church that was dismantled in Italy. And when I read this, I was like, oh my god, to be that rich, to be able to buy the whole freaking mosaic from a church in Italy, which is like 1,000 kilometers away, at least, and to transport it to your city. That is, well, Berlin does not have access to the sea. I don't know how well you will be able to transport things by the river, but yeah, but to transport it, like, oh my god, lots of them. But this is a very nice traditional mosaic. Like, random flowers, because you get random flowers, and food, pictures of food as well. And yeah, some other churches, because we like just to pop in and pick our heads and be like, oh, what church is that? What's inside? So yeah, so another church with, this one was built on, because you know, churches usually like are built in a rectangular, or on a cross plane. This one was on a square, with a big dome in the middle, so it's pretty neat. And yeah, and we went to the different park afterwards, to the Babelsberg Park, with this neoclassical, neo-Gothic castle. It's pretty neat castle. Unfortunately, it was closed because it was closed, and the surrounding areas were were in renovation. Unfortunately, we always have the misfortune to come to the cities while there is renovation. Like when we were in last time, we were in Porto, in Portugal. It was in October last year. Actually, the biggest like the biggest square of the city, the Freedom Square, was in renovation, and it's like, oh, it shocks. But look, ducks. We have ducks, and we have small ducks. Look at them. Look at them. So yeah, so this is experiencing in a way. And look, a train station, because I also like trains. Oh, there is the stream notification, so I know what I will be doing afterwards. So yeah, so the Babelsberg train station in Potsdam, very nice, like very industrial looking, and yes, and random houses in Berlin that might or might not rebuild in Sims, because and look at these, just like the amount of street art, not straight graffiti but street art, like look at this, like this is something like wonderful, that you can have a city and the city officials are actually, you know what, have this wall, paint something nice, you know. And every time I see something like that, I'm like, why can't we have this here? Like it's such a nice thing. Like, look how like nice and industrial the Alexanderplatz subway station looks like, with all these beams, with all these bolts. It's really nice. And also, this is one of my favorite colors. Like, I realized the color of the oxidized copper is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And yeah, and look at the station. Look at how the metro station on the Museum Island looks like. It's like it has stars on the ceiling. It's so nice. It's on one side, it's like very crude and brutalist, because you have like concrete and stone and some masonry, but you have these like LED stars at the top. Like look, and it looks just nice. So yeah, so we went to the Museum Islands. This is the next day actually. Potsdam was the whole full day, and this is where we visited the Museum Island. So in Berlin, in the historical center, there is an island on the Spree River, and it housed like many like palaces and historical buildings. And right now, in all of these buildings, there are museums. So right now there are like lots, like I would say like 6 or 7 like working museums and tourist locations there. And we went to 2 of them, because the most popular, the Pergamon Museum, which has shared like British Museum has its controversy of having like acquired treasuries and, you know, and artifacts from other cultures that should probably be given back, you know, mainly to Egypt. But yeah. Hi there, so welcome to the stream. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but the buildings are nice. Like, they liked their well, they were built like in 18th and 19th century, so 18th and 19th century, so, you know, there's a lot of influences of antique times. So this one looks like straight up like from Greece, but this one is the National Art Gallery. There was such a long queue. Look at this queue, and look at this queue. This was there were people, and they were behind this wolf statue. There were also like people going like inside the photo. Like, yeah. No, they didn't. But when I was 14, I actually visited Pergamon Museum. It's really big. It's really vast. It's really big. And actually, in the Pergamon Museum, they have a lot of structures, architectural structures, like tiled gates, like from Egypt, Morocco, and so on. From Persia and stuff, and it's like a lot. So they didn't take pyramids, but they did take like lots of architectural stuff, and not only because yeah, we went to the Neues Museum, which is the new museum, but this is only the name because it had also lots of Egypt artifacts. So yeah, I took pictures of them because I think they are like neat to like study the style and study the colors of these, like from artistic standpoint. I'm like in awe, like this is wonderful, from artistic standpoint. And yeah, what I can show you something funny. I showed it to my parents, like, look, like, for me, this is funny, because first off, it's how whoever wrote on this papyrus drew stick figures. So first off, like, Egyptians drawing stick figures, first off, it's like, you think it's like absolutely bogus idea, stick figures and Egyptians, like not absolutely detailed depictions of human body, like what? And also this makes me funny because you can clearly see which figures are supposed to be women and which figures are supposed to be men. I don't know, guys. I don't know. When I saw this, like, I was like, oh my god. It was funny. And look, some prehistoric... no, not prehistoric. It would be historic. Because prehistoric is before the written text. They have barbs. I don't know what does it mean. But they had something that really like fascinates me. It's like even back then, people were still like wanting to have pretty things, wanting to create art and wanting to have fun. Like, look, these are like board games from freaking ancient Egypt. Like, what the heck? You're... Oh, also I see that my face is also reflecting on my phone, like, hello. Yeah, like, I know. Okay, so you're speaking about barbed wire. Okay, got it. But I still don't know what it... okay. They have one sticking out barb. Okay, I got it. Well, however you look at it, it may also be a thing whose withdrawal is painful, So yeah, and look, they even had a freaking crocodile with a snap mechanism. So you put your finger and it might snap on you. And they were playing with it. Like, you might think this is such a recent idea, but it's freaking not, apparently. And yeah, and there were like lots of really nice things. Like, look at this jewelry. Like, it is a lot. It's so pretty. And we went out. Oh, also look at the, okay. I don't know how. No, I probably shouldn't see it. Basically, there is. I will show it on Sam's. I will show it on Sam's server and put it behind spoiler tag, because I don't know how safe it is for Twitch. It's like, it's a rack of postcards, but one postcard is not like the other, and pretty much the postcard that I am hiding, hiding with my finger, has a really nicely sculpted butt. It's a very nicely sculpted butt. So we went. Oh, this is the basilic. Yeah, basilic in Berlin. Really nice. We weren't inside, but it's really nice. And we went to the ethnographic museum, where they had the exhibition of Asian art. So so there is like a lot of like really nice like panels and dividers and ink pictures. And just look at this brush and look at this box, like, and I want this. I was in Berlin, Dyer store. So yeah, I was in Potsdam and Berlin, and this is my second day. Yes, right now I'm in the ethnographic museum. Right, I'm showing from the ethnographic museum. Yes. But yes, Jelly, I was showing the pictures from the Neues Museum earlier. I cannot show this, but I can show their selection of like huge selection of mini dishes for making tea, which are really, cute. And I love this stuff. Like, it's absolutely like amazing stuff. Like, look at this incense burner. Like, you need to be extra. You need to be super extra to have like an incense burner like this. And of course, and your like typical, I would say, but Yuck, Germany. Yeah, you're really like typical scrolls depicting everyday life with Japanese people. Yes. And there were some like this is from the Indian section, and there were some parts that were for blind people, So what I'm going to show you is legal. Okay, I had no problem. Nobody has had any problem with it, apart from this guy, which absolutely looks not amused that I pooped his nose. So yeah. So yeah, what is next? Oh, some Hindu art, like more religious ones, absolutely also beautiful. With your yeah, and tiles from Pakistan. I absolutely like. I adore like some good, like aesthetically pleasing tiles, and some. I think they are also like. I think they are also like Hindu puppets for the for the traditional like retelling of the legends and such. Really nice stuff. And also these ducks, like I swear, like rubber ducks became like so popular to collect. Like I've seen like some really wild designs of these. So we have one really German duck and really one punk duck. I mean, the punk duck is a vibe, not gonna lie. The center of Berlin and the red city hall. A purple dragon rubber duck. Share the pictures. Share the pictures. Oh my god. If it wasn't for the fact that that I rarely bathe. I'm a shower girl, okay? I take showers. So I really rarely like put put lots of water into the bathtub and bathe actually. So yeah, the TV tower in Berlin. And I took the picture of this really absolutely tacky bar that we walked by. It has like this absolutely tacky over the top circus vibe, and it's amazing. Like it even has this huge oh my god, this huge glass, this huge like martini glass for burlesque performances, which I haven't seen in real life. And this is the Alexanderplatz and the clock, the world clock that shows the time in every time zone. Yes. Also very nice. And also some nice street art because yes, it's amazing to move to Germany. Like he likes does he like the vibe or not? Oh, and also random things, the timetable for the bus that was by our hotel. Yes. Because yes. And random building from the same association, but with a rainbow. Basically, there were so many rainbows. It's like rainbows, flags, and stuff, and it's like I want to believe that it's not performative, and Berlin historically was really like before World War II. It was really historically like a hub for queer people, and I really want to believe that after World War II, and especially after the collapse of the Berlin Wall, like it's back to be more inclusive, because I've seen it was August and I've seen rainbow flags everywhere, and nobody gave a crap, which is like something refreshing, because here people like don't like it. and I'm like, and I don't know why, because as I said, some some spaces, some people here, especially connected to some political parties, are really making an enemies out of such a minority of people, which is so stupid. Oh, yeah. And yeah, and then this is the next day. We went to the natural history museum. So you will see. Okay, let me see if there are some stuff. Okay, most of the stuff till the end of the trip has been uploaded. Let me refresh again to see if there is anything more that in the meantime of me talking got uploaded to the Google Drive. Yeah, no, nothing more. So yeah. Yes, I will allow this. Yeah, this is like, at least from the, I really hope it wasn't performative. But you know, given that it was already August, and wait, let me see if I had the, given that it was already August and you know past Pride Month, the amount of bookstores having you know predominantly feminist and queer stories, having permanently the Alexanderplatz. Oh, here, let me show you. Having permanently rainbow flag on the entrance to the metro station at Alexanderplatz. Like, when I saw it, like, it was like, oh my god, it's so cool and it's so like cute. Oh my god. I will allow it. Yeah, it needs to be like, live your own life and don't, and really don't care how people live other lives, because asking about private life or sexual activity is like creepy, and you don't do this for cis-het people. Like, come on. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Like, it is the same for me. This is something, once, because I live in a predominantly, like, Poland is painfully homogeneous, painfully homogeneous when it comes to ethnicity, and people thus have very bad, like, biases against people of a different skin color, people of different orientation, even though historically gay people and trans people are also were also part of Polish history. So some people have agenda in erasing queer people from the history, and I will just leave it at it. Leave it as is. I think it's not right. We need to preserve history, and like, there are people who deserve more to be erased from the history for other reasons than being who they are. But yeah, let me show you dinosaurs. Yes, let's switch and look It's a dinosaur! Look! It's a dinosaur! It works both ways, I think. Like, I don't know what exactly, what claims you're talking about exactly. But yeah. Dinosaurs! And even though the big ones, the Brachiosaurus and the Stegosaurus, and some imprints. Oh, yeah, like, I understand that, language changed and the way we perceive things also changed, but uh, this is the way of us, like, learning and applying, like, better terminology, like, some names got reclaimed, some definitions were, put out of favor, Oh, this is nice. Oh yeah, Geeky Ducksy, let's go. So yeah, more imprints of, fossilized prehistorical. Yeah, because, there were different ideas, different names for that, and this is like part of history. So yeah, we need to. I'm not saying about erasing this part of history, because this is like how people were understanding it then, but we can, try and learn, okay, back then this word was more in favor to describe this set of people. And sometimes this word was used to be derogatory. Right now, this word fell out of favor completely. And I'm talking about words that were in use even in my language, like, to describe people who were cross-dressing or transitioning, or were dressed in drag. It's a part of learning. It's a part of cishet people learning how to navigate, Is that your mother idea though? I don't necessarily know what you're talking about. I think I kinda lost what we were talking about, really. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, we need to differentiate that. Like, if you're talking in historical context and want to learn something from history and from the diaries, research that was conducted then, even if this research was like bogus or was founded on like harmful principles, you can still like read this and realize, like, yeah, this is built on harmful principles. Like, a lot of things can be like seen like this from the historical context, from the lens of today. Like, we realize that, oh my god, this word that was used to describe people who were socially transitioning before like gender affirming surgeries started being a thing. Like, this word right now would be like, it's not acceptable, and we need to realize that calling people like this right now is wrong, you know? And yeah, it just, I hope you just know where my stance is, right? It's like, I welcome seeing every piece of freaking rainbow in the public spaces, because I think this is important, I think this is needed, and I'm just, again, like, asking myself, why can't Poland have nice things like that, you know? Yeah, but look, right now you will see some pretty rocks, because I'm still in the Natural History Museum, and there were like big chunks, big like quartz crystals and stuff, and they are really pretty. Look at this huge cluster of amethyst. It was bigger than my head. And let me show you something nice. And look at these crystal formations. They look like they are carved by hand, but no, this is from Natural History Museum, they are not carved. So yeah, this is just nature being all like, you know, metal. And this, my sister was waiting for me to get to this stone. And if nature is not amazing, and if you will not be amazed by how metal nature is, after I show it, I don't know what I would need to show it for you to change your mind. Look, these are crystals, and they look so freaking fluffy. They look so freaking fluffy, like they look like cotton balls. Like, I swear, but no, they are freaking crystals. It's like nature could produce like things like this. Like, I swear. Okay, what's more? I will spare you because I don't know if I can show it, and I know that this is like a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. And yeah, so I will omit showing this. I will show only some highlights, which I think are safe. Well, not because I'm talking about, because this being the Natural History Museum, they had lots of specimens of animals that were stuffed and you know, you know, preserved through taxidermy. So I know a lot of people find these very creepy, very off-putting. Some might think it might be cruel to the animals. There was a whole like exhibition of all the taxidermied specimen of birds they had there. Like, I thought it was like neat to see all the birds, but you know, some specimens are already like from like decades ago, so there is no like turning back from the fact that exhibitions like things for exhibitions were already being done like that. And also there was a whole exhibition showing the process of how to make a taxidermy of an animal. And I will also spare you those because there are some like details which are like, oh my god. You know, so if you love animals and, you know, I can show you how I can show you these. Some skeleton feet. Like, normal stuff for us artists. Actually, this will be very handy once I start doing the anatomy practice of this region. What else I can show you? I can show you how this big model of fly is done, because there are molds made of clay and plaster on this bigger scale, and resin wings that are, you know, painted and stuff, and you can get like these big models. So this is actually cool to see that, to see how those are made. You know, how to make, they showed how to make molds of bones. And let me scroll through this whole. Oh, for example, okay, this is safe. How to make a model of a ram. You know, you start with small clay model, you gather some pictures, you gather some bones, and based on that you make a bigger clay model and a plaster mold out of that. And then you assemble everything, and then you coat it with the fur and paint it, and it looks nice. Oh, same like here. Like, this is safe to show. Like a mini giraffe. You start with, like, for me it is interesting because I watch a lot of like sculpting videos, and to see like the same like materials and steps and principles to be used like for making like real life models of animals, for me it is interesting. Like, you start with like just like some wires and some wood, then you put on clay, then you make a mold, a plastic mold around the clay, and so you can reproduce this. I think this is interesting. And yeah, I think I managed to not show you any like gruesome materials, which is yay me. So yeah, we have wall, we have the Berlin Wall, and we have places where the Berlin Wall was. Grenzmauer, says the letters on the pavement, and these kind of markings were all around the city. Like, you see this just going into the road, and on the other side of the road, around the whole city. And there were also in some places there were also these vertical rebar just in places where the wall used to be, in places where the wall used to be when they took the chunks down. But for example, look, like, this is how the development just went rampant after the wall fell down, because not only the whole, like, around the wall, the whole structure of streets changed, but also look, this is a new development. The outer wall of the very new building, like this building was really like, looks like it was built like in the last 10 years. It's at the same place where the old Berlin Wall stood, as shown by the marks of the pavement here. And we went then with my sister on our way to the bookstore. From the Berlin Wall to the bookstore, we found some bookstores with English books, and we stumbled upon a beautiful shop with memorabilia from DDR. Not the Dance Revolution, but the Demokratische Deutsche Republik, okay? And it had lots of stuff, and I really like old stuff, you know. I do like old stuff. Like, look at this. Look at this old stuff. Like, it's wonderful. And of course I had to buy something, which I will go to my shopping, you know, to my shopping spree results like really soon, as you see by the stuff that is on my windowsill at all times. But yeah, some more street art, which, yes, I mean, I sign myself, love vampires, hate Nazis, yes. And also this one is so like funny, like, look, life is too short to give a shit. It's so like cute. But yeah, what else? Oh, and on the second to last day there, we went to the concert, because it was the main reason why we came there to Berlin, to go to the concert. So yeah, so we went to me and my sister went to the concert. Yeah, I won't show our pictures, but yeah, and on the last day we just went regular on a tour in the on a really short tour. We haven't seen Brandenburger Tor yet, so the Brandenburger Gate yet. So yeah, until now, look. Now you don't need to come to Berlin. You see Brandenburger Gate there, and look. It makes me happy. It just makes me happy, you know. So yeah, so we went to see the historical center, and around this, like, and things around this, like, yes, like this big column just in the middle of the park. I am yet to do my reading and, you know, learn more about, you know, the symbolism and everything. And yeah, where I was, okay, my sister must have taken pictures of the Bundestag, of the Parliament building. Yeah, because I don't have them there. I don't know why. Even though I thought I was in the charge of taking pictures on that day. Yeah. But yeah. But look, random nice things. Look at the mosaics. Look at the mosaic on this by this window. Like, amazing. And yeah, more random things. Okay, so this is the checkpoint, so-called checkpoint Charlie, which is the checkpoint for American army between the American and the Soviet zone of Berlin, because after World War II, Germany and thus Berlin was divided into 4 zones. There was Soviet zone, English zone, American zone, and the French zone. And Berlin thus was divided in the same way. So this is the between the what remained from the U.S. Army checkpoint on the border between West and East Berlin, between the Soviet and the American zones. So right now there is the sign: you are entering the American sector carrying weapons off duty forbidden, obey traffic rules, you know. And this is how it looked like. There are like, you know, pictures and exhibitions of how it looked like. So yeah, this is the US Army checkpoint. And this is how this whole like this whole like structures look like. And what is left right now from this whole things is, let me show you, is the sign right here and the little barrack right here. Everything else was, you know, demolished or redeveloped after the unification. And this is how it looks in real life, and I think it right now in 2024, and I think this is really fitting that behind the US Army checkpoint there is a McDonald's. And also I was not, there were like the queue of people. Unfortunately, this like barrack right now is currently in the middle of the street. So people waiting in this queue were waiting in the middle of the street. So I thought, I am not as crazy. I am crazy, but I'm not as crazy to wait in a queue to take a picture. I prefer to take a picture like this myself, and then go to the the gift store, gift shop. Yes. But yeah, we then went to the other part where the wall is still preserved, and there is a whole like open air exhibition. Open air exhibition about the history of Berlin and Germany between 1933 and 1945. Yes, so when the Nazis were ruling, the exhibition was named "Topography of Terror," and you know it showed how, you know, how through propaganda and terror Nazis came to rule and absolutely wrecked lives of everybody living in Germany at that time. And then we went to the memorial to the Holocaust memorial. Yeah. What is... Oh yeah, okay, so I do have pictures of the Bundestag. I do have pictures of the Bundestag. Okay, by that time it stopped raining, because it was raining that day, but that time it stopped raining, so it looks really nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get the dome. This modern glass edition of the dome is actually, you can go inside, but we goofed and did not reserve tickets, so we were like, we can't go inside. So yeah, so we also went to get the currywurst. It is actually my first time eating currywurst. It was pretty good. It was a bit spicy, but it was pretty good. The sauce was really nice. And then my sister said to me, yo, there is a place nearby where we need to check and go, and it was amazing place. So this is by the, let me look at the map so I can remember. This should be the, yes, Rosenthalerstrasse. By the oh my god, by the what, Nina? It's closer to the, well, Rosenthalerstrasse, closer to the Hackescher Markt, and and the what would be the biggest landmark here? Well, it's close to the TV tower and the museum island, so a different part of city, but in here. And it's like look at this. This is the entrance to the inner yard, and it's just like filled with stickers, graffiti, street art, murals, and it's amazing. I will skip those because this is where my sister was posing. Like, look at this. Like, look at this. It's like the whole place. It's like this. Oh, I like the pixel. Let me. I need to change the brightness of my phone. Like, look at this. Look at this. These pixel ones on top, and look at this like boxing glove with the progress flag in here. Like, it's so cute. It's so cute. And look, a mural of two dogs. There are two kinds of dogs only. One is like, I mean, this is of course Idefix from the Asterix and Obelix comic series. Like, let's be real, I do recognize them, and this one is like just regular West Highlander White Terrier, which I also recognize because there are a lot of them in my neighborhood. But yeah, it's really nice. And of course, like, some more political words. I am censoring the F-bomb right here, but yeah, but something really nice. Oh, look, media confusion soup with the Illuminati sign. It's like, it's everything. Everything is there. And look, this garage door, were all in the freaking stickers. All in the freaking stickers. Like, you barely can see door. You see only the outline of the door. Like, it's so amazing. And also, look at those girlies. This is a really nice mural. And look, even someone had a reprint of Alphonse Mujas, one of Alphonse Mujas' work, and it's also nice. And look, people also, as a form of art, started putting like more 3D objects, like cassette player or this ashtray, which has "missing lost key to my heart" written on it. I thought it was cute. And it just, like, I think this is from the British cartoons, if I recall this elephant character correctly. I think this is from the British cartoons, but yeah. So yeah, this character now. Yeah, look at this. It's like, oh, and yeah, and I took pictures of some motivational stuff because I needed this at the time. So yeah, look, it gets better. If not now, when? Yes, very, very deep. Oh, and also this is very deep. Don't spend this life planning another one. And me, because it was a mirror that was attached there. So yeah, so it's a me. Oh, just in case anybody hasn't told you, you matter. Yes. Yeah, and life is beautiful. You just have to embrace it. Yes. I need this. Also, more pixel art. This is funny. It's like 8-bit Mario, but it's a white rabbit with a little 8-bit flask with Alice in the Wonderland stuck inside. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. So yeah. So that would be all from the photos, which I'm like, I thought I had a bit more. Let me check in here. I do have a bit more. Why was it not? Why was it not like moved properly? I don't know, but I also have this one. I don't want to stay. They live to work, you know, because I'm 14 and this is deep. You know, and just, you know, just the whole walls of that. Yeah, yeah. Very, very nice. Oh, and this. A nice thing to end by. You have the potential to make beautiful things. Yes. And yeah, and a picture of a very aesthetic train station and very aesthetic train station entryway, because this is me. And also a picture of an automat, because there is a tax that you pay when you buy plastic bottles, but you can give back the plastic bottles to the store where you bought them from. It takes the bottle, reads the barcode, checks if it was bought from here, and crumples the bottle, and you get 25 euro cents, which is around, I would say 25 30 30 USD cents. Yeah, and you can spend them in the store. So yeah, and a picture of the main railway station in Berlin, because it's nice, and it's big. It's big and it's nice. And also very important, picture of the big column of the Rittersport chocolates, which are pretty good. Unfortunately, the official Rittersport store was closed. So these are the photos. My sister has a bit more photos because she was taking over when we were going, for example, to the east side, which was on the map right here, and it is the biggest, longest chunk of the wall preserved. And after the collapse of the wall in 1990, city officials asked various artists, like right here by the west train station, various artists to, like, they give them like a big like couple meters of the wall for themselves, and the art there was amazing. But my sister was taking pictures as my phone was dead. So goodies. I got some postcards. I got postcards of from the museums, like, you know, this one is regular. I just like aesthetics of it. But look at this dude. He looks so goofy. Look. I had to take him. There's also the Queen Nefertete. Yes, I got the postcard because you could not take pictures in the room with her, in the room where she was in. I need to censor this, but this is a classic, you know. Classic, I am done with it picture. There is also this with a quote. Art is beautiful, but it creates a lot of work, which is true. And I got this also, like piece of art, like, you know, print of a piece of artwork, and also this. yeah, I have been to hell and back, and let me tell you, it was wonderful. So yeah, so these are my postcards. Next, the pins. The pins. So I got the pin with the Queen Nefertiti. I got the pin with the symbol of uh, on the pedestrian lights. This is the symbol for the green man, signaling go. Uh, it's such a staple of especially East Berlin that it has like dedicated store. Like the whole you imagine every kind of possible merch with like these symbols for stop and go of the traffic lights. Yes, this is how crazy it is, and yeah, and also a pin with a Trabi, the car. Trabi the car, who is such an infamous car here in Poland, because we joke that this car was pretty much made of cardboard. It is such a crappy car. Out of all the Soviet crappy cars, this one is really crappy. And I got a sketchbook because, of course, from each of my travels, I have to come back with a sketchbook, okay? And yeah, unlike in Frankfurt, I struggled so much to find a sketchbook. But here it was relatively easy, and it has dotted paper instead of lines or grid, because okay, with grid I can kind of deal with grid. This is where I came from. I learned from drawing on grids on in school and stuff, so yeah, but on lines, nah. So the fact that it's dotted, it's pretty nice. And okay, in the museum, in the Noise Museum, I got a stencil with hieroglyphs, because I thought it was nice, it was nice, and I think I will use it. And in this wonderful store that has everything from DDR, I got some really vintage stencils too. I wanted to buy like crayons or paints, but by then the paints probably after like 40 years. I mean, I have paints that are like 50 years old, but they are watercolors, so they are still working. And the paints that I saw were probably like poster paints, and they would be like pretty dry. So I need famous last words. Like I have so many stencils that are made with like that come from that era in also Polish history, that has this like shade of orange plastic, and this one I haven't seen. Like I've never seen a stencil in this shape, where you draw pretty much like the arches from from various circle sizes. Yes, from 1 millimeter in diameter or in radius. Wait. In radius, yes. 1 millimeter in radius up to 40. This arch in here, this arch in here in the middle, up to 40 millimeter, 4 centimeters in radius, which is like, I haven't seen this. It would be nice. Also, I got like a typical stencil right here, also from the same store. And from the same store I bought this. I have never seen a ruler on stencil in this trapezoid shape like ever. like ever. And I was like, oh my god, this is so strange. I kind of want it. So yeah, and as I researched, when you look, I need something white against this. Will it be seen from? No. It won't be seen against this. I need to look for paper. Okay. Okay. So when you look at this, you may see that there are like marks and holes in some places. Like each of these boxes have 3 holes to mark like points. And what I presume, and I think I am pretty right, is that before CAD came to be, the computer aided design came to be, lots of engineer architectural drawings had to be drafted by hand, and there is a special typeface to use on technical drawings. This is something I learned actually when I was in 4th grade. This was a thing to learn how to draw technical drawings and write with this special typeface. And what I understand is that depending on the thickness of the pen you use when you draft and the height of the letters, and the scale of the drawing you need to use. For example, the 1:1 scale would require 2.5 millimeters of height for the letters. So 2.5 is here. So what I presume it does is that you put in pencil 3 dots where the upper, middle and lower line has to go, so you can draw lines to put your letters inside. And I think it's neat because I've never seen these things like ever. Like this is the first thing I see a stencil, like that. Also with some like little stencils to mark the symbols, and also with the freaking, like, look at this. This one stencil has ruler here, and also ruler on a diagonal, and on a diagonal at the angle that I think helps with writing in italics. Like bro, this is something different, and it costed 50 cents. So it's like, I don't know. It's something strange. I've never seen it, and yeah, so I got it. So yeah, what I got next? I got the book on urban art. This is version 3. I think version 9 is the newest, but it was pretty expensive, and I think in version 3 there will be also some nice things. Like, look at these. Like, yeah, just, bought to look at nice things and get inspired. Like, absolutely get inspired. Like look at these. Like, half woman, half mermaid on some dilapidated building. Like, wonderful, Okay, next is, I bought this in the English book. We went to the English bookstore with second-hand books. So this is why I got this for €8.50. It's the complete to do-it-yourself guide for street art. But you know, apart from nice pictures, because nice pictures are nice, it also has a tutorial for some preparations on to doing street art yourself. And when I was like just browsing through these books, through this book, I found like a Photoshop tutorial on how to make your own stencils. And I think like even if I want to stencil, it would be like an interesting thing to learn to make the stencil effect in Photoshop. I think this would be like pretty interesting. And the other, yes, screen printing, also like this would be also interesting to, you know, see and try. Because screen printing, I think, is something that is like quite doable in your house. So yeah. So yeah. So I think this would be, yeah, just an interesting like read. Next one, we went to the anime, manga, K-pop, J-music and more store because my sister searched for that store, found that store. We don't have many stores like this in Poland, so we came here and I wanted to buy like a how-to book, but in German, so I can brush on my German. And I got this. This is how-to manga, gothic and punk book. It's in German. And yeah, unfortunately it was sealed, so it has the step-by-step illustrations where, you know, the step 1 is anatomy, the step 2 draw the rest of the details, you know, kind of stuff. But you know, it would be good for me to you know, find some inspiration, add my own notes, because I was hoping for more like, hey, these are like the main elements of this like certain aesthetic, or of punk aesthetic, of steampunk aesthetic, of gothic aesthetic, you know, stuff like this. Unfortunately, it doesn't have this one, but you know, there's also I think there will be something I can learn from that, you know, and also, you know, Verläufe wurden mit der Verlaufsüberlagerung Option ausgeführt. Dafür muss jede Farbe auf einer einigen Ebene angelegt sein. Yeah, to brush some of my German. Yeah, because oh my god, I had a hard time, quite a hard time. Well, I know English, so it was okay. But there were times where I wanted really to, you know, order something in German. And I wanted to order dinner kebab. And I wanted to say, ein Shawarma, ein Falafel Shawarma bitte. You know? And I started talking ein Shawarma, and the guy said, oh yeah, it's chicken. Do you want it? And I'm like, yeah. When I had all the things in my mind already prepared. Like, ja, mit die Karte bitte. Ich will mit die Karte zahlen. You know? And stuff. And the guy, you know, making kebabs was like not having any of it, which was sad. And the other time, which made me realize, like, oh my god, I don't remember German at all, was that the bus we were driving around the city had a third-degree contact with a nearby car and broke its side mirror. And so the bus took a halt, and I don't know if, the bus will drive, on its regular route. We were quite far from our hotel, so I don't know if I need to wait for another bus, where will be the next bus stop, should I search for a new route, so I went to the bus driver, to ask, hey, are we even driving? Will we continue on driving? Bus driver did not speak English, so I was like, will wir fahren? Will wir fahren weiter? Weiter? I on powiedział, umfal. I ja takie, no dobra, no wiem, że wypadł. And I was like, okay, I know there was an accident. But are we supposed, and I am asking, are we supposed to wait here or something? Are we supposed to go out because there are still people inside the bus, and I don't know if I should tell them that they should stay or go? And from what I understand, he was letting us go, but then he would have to drive a little bit away to not clog the traffic. So we end up going to the nearest bus stop, and he didn't understand me because when I went to the front of the bus, I already saw the next bus stop, and I was asking if he's going to drive further, back to his route and not only to the bus stop, and he was started talking as if he was trying to explain me where the next bus stop is, but I was like, no, this was not my question. So yeah, so my German, terrible. I should be revoked of my A2 level. So what else? I have also 2 left books and 1 story time left. So I have a good time. So what else? This used store was the best. I bought in English a Tintin comic book for €6 because it was in the discount bin, and the store owner, he knew English. He said that they really rarely got Tintin's comics book that are discounted. So yeah, it looks, it was certainly, it is rough on the edges because, as usually, old comic books are, but hey, it's in English. It's the this one. I don't know which one because it must be a reprint. I don't remember. I don't see from what year exactly it was a reprint, but hey, I got it for €6. And Tintin, Adventures of Tintin, they are classic of European comics, and staple in when it comes to masking style, and put as an examples of masking, because you look at this, you have a very realistic, elaborate background, sometimes backgrounds like this, compared to very simplistic people in here. And yeah, it's been ages since I've read a Tintin comic, and yeah, so yeah, these are the ones that were published, and the ones I got is right here. So yeah, so maybe I will start looking for, I know they were also published in Poland, but yeah, so maybe I will start looking for most of them. And this is I look at this. I saw this. I was looking for art related books, comic books, and art books, most importantly, because this is like the things I like to collect. And I saw this. It was like put like this, and I'm like, well, first off, this is really big, really big format. So I took this and I opened this, and it has like these big illustrations in here. So I was like, looks looks interesting. So I started Googling, I see Dance the Macabre, okay, I understand that. France Masseria, I also I understood that. So I started Googling, and I had this book like open like this, and I was Googling, and the owner of the store actually said like so that I'm browsing it, and he said, it's a real odd book, don't you think? Just going for small talk, And I said, yeah, it kinda is. And I asked if it's really 8 euros. If it's really costing 8 euros, as it was written here in the pencil, right here at the top. And he was like, yeah, because I don't know, I know nothing about this book, and I don't know how to price it. So I thought it's like, this is a good deal. But no, it's really interesting, like the book, and the more it is a little bit morbid. I showed the first couple because if you're not familiar with the concept of Dance the Macabre, is the concept that comes from the Middle Ages, and it's really in the same vein as Memento Mori, which remember you will die, and and it is the main principle is that death comes from everybody, regardless of your how good of a human you were, regardless of your social status, of your richness, and when the time will come, it will come to you and take you to the dance with the death and take you to the other side, basically. And as I googled this set of illustrations, these are actually reprints of a woodcut, which is wow. I tried lino, right, and it's really the lino cut, and it's really like hard. So a woodcut, really like amazing. And I googled the author, and author is Belgian. And this series of woodcuts in the Dance Macabre series was made in 1941 originally. This is a reprint from the 80s, if I checked inside properly. Yeah, Lizenzsausgabe 1981. So the licensed in 1981. So I am like judging by the yellowing of the paper, I would say it is from the 80s. So it's like interesting find, and then when I got to pay, the owner like asked, oh, where are you from? Because what is your accent exactly? And I said, oh, I'm from Poland, and he was like, oh, Poland, I was there, saying that he wanted to go for a vacation to Mazury and to the mountains, and that he was in the Szczecin, and he asked how is Szczecin in Polish, which is Szczecin, and I tried to teach him how to say Szczecin. He gave up, and he said, this is why we in Germany say Stettin, because it's easier, So yeah, so I just found this amusing. Like this whole store, like was a really like nice experience. So yeah, so this 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 would conclude. Yes, this would conclude everything I have to say. Everything I have to show and say right now about my trip to Berlin. So yeah, for sure I will come again because there are some things that we didn't have a chance to see, me and my sister, and you know, um, things that we missed, and for sure we would have like one more day to fully to go to the Bundestag, to the inside, to go to the west side of Berlin, to go to the zoo, stuff like this. So yeah, so when will be the next like concert going on, we will probably also go. So yeah, so with this, oh, thank you so much everybody for being here. Thank you for watching, chatting, lurking, and spending some time with me. And thank you again, John number 1 for the follow, and Jelly for the resub. I appreciate you so much. Next stream, it will be, if I remember correctly, it will be traditional art stream. Yes, next stream will be traditional art stream, and next week on Tuesday, the 13th, it will be Minecraft. And on 15th, no stream on 15th, it's a public holiday and I will be away. So I will be going back on 20th with, on 20th, it's the traditional art stream. Again, on 22, Sims, 27, Subsnowbest, 29th, digital art. So, thank you all so much for watching, for being here again. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next stream. So, goodbye!